The path breaker, the visionary, the pioneer.
Well, Sumit came to me with an endorsement opportunity, and we discussed everything about what the product was, how they were going to feature me in it, etc. But when it came to discussing the fee, I was a little bit shy, a little bit diffident. I wasn't able to tell him what I wanted. I wasn't very sure really about what the fee should be. So he said that look, if you as a captain of India, and I was a captain of India then, captain of the Indian cricket team, are so shy and so diffident about quoting a fee for yourself, what will it be for the others in the team? So he said, and have you heard about the international management group, which actually handles professional athletes and helps them in securing endorsement?
A few days later he rang and said, where is my note? I said, I forgot, I give it to you next week. He said, no, we have to meet tomorrow because I'm going to America for 2 months. So I prepared a note on what structure of the company and met him the next day. And he looked at the note and said, yes, what kind of structure? Private limited? I said, yes. Why don't you start? I said, you are going to America. Pami is going to America. How do I start a company? He said, no, I'm sure you can.
The outcome, the birth of India's first sports event management company, Professional Management Group, an organization that pioneered many a sporting venture in the land.
PMG's first revenue-earning activity was a fortnightly column by Sunil Gavaskar, started way back in 1985.
Factually speaking, it was Mr. Sumit Shah who had brought this idea of syndication to India.
We asked the newspapers to give an advertisement on VST in the middle of the column. It's a sort of a barter. Thus was born the sponsored syndicated column.
The print media apart, PMG set its sights on television and India's obsession with cricket.
Well, because India being passionate about the game and there was no live coverage, so India didn't get to see a lot of cricket. And I think that's how SGP was conceived, because we said, look, this is a very good idea of trying to give the Indian cricket lovers some action. Though it wasn't live action, at least some of the past matches which India had played in, or some of the other matches, great matches. So that's how SGP was conceived.
A month cricket fans across India will never forget. Sunil Gavaskar Presents made its debut. Sunil Gavaskar told the story and showed footage of some of the greatest tests and one-day internationals of all time. PMG's foray into television was not confined to just cricket. That was only the beginning. As the 80s gave way to the 90s, PMG diversified its operations, talent management, coaching camps, and best-selling video cassettes.
This is how it all began, in the rain.
PMG also specialized in creating and shaping careers.
कोई जीता कोई हारा में आज आपका दिल्ली से स्वागत है.
Back in 1992-93, because then, as you remember, satellite television came to India, and ZTV in their wisdom had their only sports program of the week produced by PMG, and PMG in their wisdom had me present it, script it, write it, commentate during it, etc. Those were wonderful days. That program, of course, was a bit of a legend, at least in my own head, if nothing else. Koi jeeta, koi hara. It was a program about Indian sport and Indian sports persons, and all of us, the entire team at PMG, had a wonderful time through that program for about a year and a half.
The pioneers established relationships with leading brands, which have stood the test of time.
I remember Mr. Sunil Gavaskar came one day to the office and explained to us the C8 cricket rating concept. We bought the whole concept immediately, and since then we've had a wonderful relationship with PMG. They have a brilliant and a very energetic team. They are there with us for every C8 cricket rating function. There is a lot of credibility as far as the award is concerned. It has had an association with, of course, with Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, but also cricket legends like Clive Lloyd and Ian Chappell. They have been involved in the process of the rating and also in the award function. And today I'm delighted to say that together we've created this very good property of C8 cricket rating.
The C8 Cricket Rating Awards were instituted in 1995 and the Castrol Awards for Cricketing Excellence in 1997. They have since expanded and only become more popular. In 1999, the pioneers planned and pulled off a coup, a double-wicket tournament featuring India's 1983 World Cup winners and the country's top corporate citizens to raise funds for the Champs Foundation. In the new millennium, the company consolidated its reputation with many an outstanding feat. The pioneers' roll of honor reads like a who's who of Indian and international sport. An era ended in 2007 when Sumedh Shah offloaded his stake to Mr. Sam Balsara and Mr. Numi Mehta.
When the opportunity came up to do something for sports by investing in it, combined the advantage of working with Sunil Gavaskar. It's an involvement which I've never regretted. I think PMG is going to do great things.
Sports is a very important element in the entire communication conundrum, and many of our clients want to, if I may use the word, exploit from their point of view the potential of sports and sporting celebrities to build and sell brands. So we thought we should have a company within Madison World that has this expertise, technology, experience, background, and who better than professional management group chaired by Sunil Gavaskar.
The pioneer continued with its pioneering ways.
The 1983 World Cup was probably the most defining moment in Indian cricket, and we as a company wanted to celebrate and commemorate this occasion. Along with the support of the UB Group and BCCI, we actually did a series of activities in India and in London where we felicitated the heroes of the 1983 World Cup win. The whole event culminated with a sit-down dinner at the Long Room at Lord's, where we recreated those moments of the 1983 World Cup win.
The pioneer went on to help the country's premier sports body stage its annual awards. 1985 to 2010. It has been a long and eventful journey of excellence, helped along the way by a battery of committed professionals.
Just a week ago when I had spoken to various publications and I was telling them about PMG's Silver Jubilee celebrations, all of them were surprised. Like, PMG started as a pioneer in syndication, and even today after 25 years they are the pioneers.
मैं 92 में PMG में ज्वाइन किया, तब मैं पियून का काम करता था. जब से फिर मेरे को गावस्कर साहब और मिस्टर सुमेध शाह, मिसेस गावस्कर, हेमा मेहता, रवि शिंदे, राजेश शिरवाईकर, इन लोगों ने मेरे को अच्छा प्रोत्साहन दिया, अच्छा सपोर्ट किया. जब से मैं अच्छा काम कर रहा हूँ.
I've seen the PMGs growing last 14 to 15 years, and we are targeting as a 100 crores in company in sports management.
I think I'm sure we've already had a very good start in the last few years. I think the scale of activity at PMG has substantially increased, and I'm pretty confident that in the years to come we will take PMG to greater heights.
We have a threefold action plan to take PMG through to the future. One is to strengthen and consolidate our existing business, that is media syndication and events. 2 is to develop new verticals, which is celebrity management and sports PR. And third is to develop and market a new sport like golf and football in India, which already has a huge existing fan base. To take this sport, glamorize it, popularize it at the grassroots level and make it as popular as cricket for the future.
It's a great occasion for PMG. It has achieved 25 years and I wish them all success in the future.
So PMG is 25 not out, but you know that's not going to be enough because Sunil Manohar Gavaskar is involved. The minimum is going to be 100, that's for sure. In its post-2008 avatar, I know there will be a lot of growth, a lot of development, and I wish PMG the very best. But through all of that, what I wish most for is that the core values that PMG has always stood for should remain. That is my wish on this terrific occasion, the 25th anniversary. Good luck to you all.
Happy Silver Jubilee PMG!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's raise a toast to Professional Management Group on its Silver Jubilee.